everybody? It's a Super BWB, and I'm going to be doing something a little bit different right now. Well, I don't know how I'm going to do this, so this is going to be a little bit of an improv right now. Nothing scripted. I'm just going to go things off the top of my head the best that I can, and hoping that you bear with me on it. And so if there's any stuttering, any mispronunciations, or whatever, I do deeply apologize, as this is the first time I've done something like this. Now what I'm going to be doing is my own little, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. You know, I'm very into Yu-Gi-Oh. I mean, you should ask Cujo. He should know. And so yeah, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. I'm going to be showing you, well, I won't be showing you all of it. Some of my collections, the cards that I have. Monster cards, cards in my extra deck, like synchros. I don't have any fusions. I don't have any ritual monsters, as confusing as that is to me. And stuff. I'm going to reveal some very good strategies to catch your opponents off guard. If you don't know, if you don't know some strategies, I'm aware that some of you all do. But either way, I'm happy to share my thoughts on it. Read the cards that I like to use and my feedback on it. Then, yeah. And so, let us begin this little Yu-Gi-Oh expedition. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, there are rules for the Yu-Gi-Oh game, which apparently they set after what, the second season of the original Yu-Gi-Oh. Because in the first season, well, the first, Jesus Christ, I can't talk today. Well, let me explain how the rules go. Well, first of all, there are the cards. You can only have up to a total of between the 40 to 60 cards, and stuff like that. And I found out a little interesting tip the other day while I was just browsing through the little Yu-Gi-Oh starting manual booklet. It turns out you're going to only have, I do think about 15 cards in your extra deck. That's kind of bullshit. I'm just saying it's bullshit to me. I mean, the 40 to 60 cards, that I can get, because when it's said in there that if you have too many cards and you exceed the limit, you may not draw the cards that you need in order to win. That I can kind of see. I can understand that. 'Cause I don't know how many cards I have in my original deck, but it's probably over 60. I'm going to have to count them again. You know, that may take about 5-10 minutes. But either way, more into the rules. First, you have your draw phase. You know, draw one card. And I never really did understand how the standby phase goes. All it is there's a main phase, two main phases. One is after the draw phase. What you do during the main phase is you're able to summon a monster, or set a monster down face down defense mode. You can also use that opportunity to set down any spell and traps that you're a spell and trap zone. Duh. And what was confusing the first time I played it, it's been a long time since I last played it. I've been playing this game since I was 8. So what you're gonna do with it is you're gonna summon one monster per turn. But if that monster has a special ability that allows you to summon another monster, you can do that. Or in any case, if you don't have a monster that has that special ability, you can always resort to a magic card like double summon, that lets you summon one additional turn. And there's the ultimate offering trap card, but that has to be face down first, because it's a trap card, and you can't play trap cards from your hand unless it has that ability, which I don't recall any cards that you can use from your hand. Like, as I was saying, like ultimate offering, you're gonna have more additional summons, but at the cost of 500 life points. So use that at your own risk. I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm not saying it's a good idea. It's certainly not a bad one either. I'm just saying, you're really that desperate. Well, I shouldn't use the word desperate, but still, it was part of a strategic plot then by all means, go for it. And so moving on to the main thing. As I was saying, with monster cards, you can summon normal summon monsters that's levels like one through 4. I'm sorry, I got a little bit distracted right now. I'm trying to find a card right here that has a specific example. Like this one, Pitch Black Werewolf. I don't know if you can see it. I'll hold it up to the camera. Pitch Black Werewolf. This is a level 4 monster. So also in this, I'm going to review my favorite cards that I like to use in its effect. So for example, I like using Pitch Black Werewolf. It's level 4. Its attack is 1600. Its defense is 600. Now, it's a beast warrior type monster, and the face is always so freaking creepy. Oh, its mouth. Anyways, what's unique about this card is its special ability, because each card has its own effect. There's a regular effect when it's normal summon, or there are some cards that effect only activates when you flip it. I don't think a normal summon is the same as a flip summon. But the card's already set first, so as the card is already set, you can flip summon it. But this card has its effect on its own, and it only activates when it's summoned to the field. And in this case, your opponent cannot activate trap cards during the battle phase. I don't know how many times I got screwed by this by my friend. Oh yeah, twice. It only happened twice. So yeah, it's a level 4. You can normal summon it. And as I said earlier, if you want to summon more monsters, but you're unable to because of the rules, that's how the rules go, you might want to summon this guy, Marauding Captain. Yeah, I know it's backwards, because that's how the camera is. And so, Marauding Captain is... Oh, I forgot. Pitch Black Werewolf is a dark attributed monster. I forgot to point that out. And so, Marauding Captain is... I don't understand how E is Earth. It's an Earth attributed level 3 monster. Earth attributed level 3 warrior type monster. With 1200 attack and 400 defense points. And his special ability is your opponent cannot target any other warrior type monsters for attacks except this one. And when this card is normal summon, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. Typically, I didn't have to read it from the card, but I thought I should anyway. So, as the card states, when you normal summon this card, you can special summon one level 4 or lower monster from your hand. Like Elemental Hero Wildheart. I like using this card too. He is an Earth attributed level 4 warrior type monster. And one additional effect, if you've seen YuGiOh GX, you will know what Wildheart can do. And his effect is he is unaffected by trap cards. And so, say if you special summon this, and all of a sudden your opponent pulls, like if these are the only 2 cards on your field, say your opponent pulls off an Torrential Tribute on you, all you have to do is just discard. No, you discard 1 card. No, you don't discard 1 card. All you gotta do, he just flips it over, reveals it into the trap card zone, and as soon as you summon it, all your face-up monsters are destroyed. Marauding Captain, unfortunately, would have to go, unless you have another trap card face down on your field that counters Torrential Tribute. If not, Marauding Captain will go, but Wildheart stays because he is unaffected by trap cards. And I would like to introduce his twin, if I can find him. I don't believe I have him on here. Never mind. Yeah, he is I won't say a twin, but another card that's unaffected by trap cards. I can't memorize the name. And plus, the additional ability of Marauding Captain is Wildheart cannot be selected as an attack because he's a warrior type. You'll only have to attack Marauding Captain. And so, yeah. And so, another card that I like to use is none other than this Jigglypuff wannabe. Marshmallow! Yeah, look at him. He's so cute. Don't you just want to eat him up? So anyways, This card has a unique famous ability. Lays face down in defense mode, and your opponent is desperate enough to attack it, which they probably do, to try to weaken up your defense. All you have to do is just reveal it, and it's upside down, I know. And once the ability is, once it has been attacked in face down defense position, your opponent takes 1,000 points of damage. Just like that. And also on a side note, this card cannot be destroyed by battle. But unfortunately, if it's in attack mode, battle damage is applied normally. And so, use like Wild Heart. Again, I'll use Wild Heart again. And your opponent has the ability to change either one or all your monsters into attack position or defense or whatever standard positions your monsters were once in. If this was in defense mode, it'd be forced into attack mode, and Wild Heart can attack it. It won't be destroyed by battle. But how much did Wild Heart have? It's 1,500, so you would take 1,200 points of damage. But this won't go to the graveyard unless destroyed by a card effect. Another one that I like to use is Battle Fader. Now this may look like much because it has 0 attack and defense points, but the only thing that I like to use is if I don't have any other spell track cards on my side of the field, if I don't have any monsters and my opponent declares to attack, all I have to do is I can special summon this card from my hand, instantly ending the battle phase. Now if this card gets destroyed either by a card effect or battle, it's removed from play. That's the only thing. Let's see now. Another card that I like to use, Justin Kucha's going to get a kick out of this, is Card Ejector. I only use Card Ejector's ability like maybe once or twice. It looks like a little dark magician and dark magician girl's daughter. What Card Ejector is, how the hell is it Earth attributed? Card Ejector is an Earth attribute, a level 3 spellcaster monster with 400 attack and defense points. And what it does is once per turn you can browse through your opponent's graveyard and remove from play one card. You can just remove it from play, and that's the only unique thing about Card Trader. Card Ejector, jeez. And here is Copycat. I love this card. What you can do is once you summon this card to your field, if your opponent has either one monster or another monster you want to go for the strongest attack and defense points, not particularly in that order, you could target one monster on your opponent's side of the field. Yeah. On your opponent's side of the field, and it will copy its attack and defense points. Now, I think in the original YuGiOh, we played Copycat. When Joey played Copycat, well, I'm not sure. My memory is a little hazy by that one. That one is in the original YuGiOh. I may be completely wrong because I'm having a hard time remembering it. But it was either this card or Double Ganger. That it copies magic and trap cards as well. I'm pretty sure it's probably Double Ganger or something. I don't know. And so try to hurry up and wrap this up. Also want to get into tribute summoning and tribute summoning and synchro summoning. Well, synchro summoning have to be last. I don't know. I could probably try to squeeze this in. I'm gonna get the tribute summoning first and see where that takes us. And so for tribute summoning, That's entirely a different ball game. Because in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, they didn't abide by the rules, and they could just summon level 5 and higher monsters just like that without giving it a second thought. That was bullshit. And so during the second season, during when Kaiba held that tournament for the Egyptian God cards, that all changed completely and started setting rules and shit. And so, for example, I give you Power Giant. Look how sparkly it is. Can you guys see it sparkle? That's bullcrap. I can see it sparkle. How come the camera can't? Well, Power Giant is level 6 Earth attributed rock type monster. Even though it looks like a freaking Lego. And so since it's level 6, all you have to do is tribute one monster, and send that to the graveyard, and you can summon this. But Power Giant is different. It has a special ability. For that, you can special summon this card from your hand by sending one level 4 or lower monster from your hand to the graveyard, as what I just did. And if you do, it decreases this card's level by the level of that monster. So, I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. If I had Battle Fader in my hand, all I got to do is send it to the graveyard. I can summon this, and this becomes a level 5. If this card attacks or its attack or it's in the end, if any effect damage you take becomes 0. That hardly happened to me. And so, as soon as I would summon this card to the field, my friend would just pull some random bullshit effect, and this card is gone. Oh, and by the way, this only has 2,200 attack points. And also, Blue Eyes, White Dragon. Oh yeah. I have that. Now this is level 8, I think. Yep, this is level 8. And so since this was level 8, well, first off, this is a light attributed level 8 dragon type monster with 3,000 attack points and 2,500 defense points. Now that is badass. And so, in order to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, I don't know how many times I gotta keep flipping this back and forth. Okay, in order to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is a level 8 monster, you have to tribute... You have to tribute 2 monsters in order to resolve that effect. Yep. The same goes for the Red Eyes Black Dragon, which is a level 7 monster. And this one is Red Eyes Black Dragon is a dark attribute, a level 7 dragon type monster with 2,400 attack points and 2,000 defense points. It's a level 7, so you still need to tribute 2 monsters in order to summon these 2. Now, before I end part 1 of this Yu-Gi-Oh extravaganza, I want to review other cards that I like to play with. Before I end this up, where is it? Here it is. First off is these Dragon Brothers, the Light Pulsar Dragon and the Dark Flare Dragon. Now, with these 2 cards, these were the first 2 cards that I ever gotten, and I love having these cards. These cards are my friends. Love having these cards. I love how I get to summon them without any tributes. All you have to do to summon these cards is to banish 1 light and 1 dark monster from your graveyard. Remove them from play, and you can just summon these 2 from your hand. Yep, that's all there is to it. And another one. Oh man, look how rare this is. Now, I don't really fully understand all of its effect, but only thing that I can do to summon this card is to trade in 2 monsters whose attack are more than 2,000 points. And right now, you guys should probably guess which card I'm talking about. If you guess, The Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, you are correct. This thing is a light attributed level 8 monster with 3,000 attack points and 2,500 defense points. And it's the same as the Blue Eyes Blue Eyes White Dragon. I fully don't understand its effects. It's something dealing with Exceeds monsters. I never used this ability to fully understand it. So your guess is as good as mine. So I'm just gonna read this from the card real quick. You can special summon this card from your hand by attributing 2 monsters with 2,000 more attack. During each player's battle step, when this card battles an opponent's monster, you can target the monster this card is battling. Banish both it and this card. If there are, then any monster banished with this effect returns to the field and at the end of the battle phase. If the monster banished by this effect was an Exceeds monster, this card gains 500 attack for each Exceeds material and the Exceeds monster had when it was banished. That's very nice. Nice ability to know. And I think that's about does it for me for right now. As far as how monsters go. It seems like Amara Knight has an interesting ability as well. So let's see. When this face-up attack position card is targeted for an attack, it changes to defense position. That's interesting. You completely screw somebody over, and if they're focusing more on the attack and trying to do battle damage to you. And so, I think I'm going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. This has been part 1 of this YuGiOh Extravaganza. And so, tune in for part 2 when I talk about the spell cards that I like to use and how can it be used to your advantage. And so, see you guys then.